Hello, and thank you for inviting me into your home. As you know, family talk about alcohol and other drugs isn't always easy. Problems between parents and kids are compounded because the languages they speak are separated by barriers of age, values, emotions, desires. Wouldn't it be great if dialogue between parents and teens could be accompanied by a translator?
You were out late last night.
Что вы думали?
Yeah, the game went into overtime.
У меня извинение готово.
Until 12:30. I heard you coming in last night.
Я проверяла тебя.
We were okay. We just went out for pizza.
Перестань проверять нас.
Who'd you go with?
Вы били с плохими намерениями?
Steve and Cassie and those guys.
Да, с плохими намерениями.
Wasn't Steve grounded for drinking?
Ти выпивала со Стивом.
Dad, that was months ago. He's okay now.
Не будь таким старомодным.
Well, don't ever let me catch either of you drinking.
Не попадись. In the scenes that follow, I invite you and your family to be the translators. Listen carefully to what each person says, listen for what they really mean, and try to imagine what the person they're talking to is hearing. After each scene, talk it over with the people in your family. Did everyone get the same message? If not, why not? How can you improve family talk about alcohol and other drugs? This first scene is how you say piece of cake to translate. It's a conversation that could happen in almost any home, perhaps even yours. It's all about a normal, middle-class American family, and it's all about drugs.
When did you start drinking coffee?
Oh, a while ago.
Yeah, well, it's not very good for you.
It doesn't seem to bother you any. Besides, it gives me a lift. Helps me get going in the morning.
I know what you mean.
Can I have some? You're not old enough.
Trouble with coffee is that it always reminds me of that old first cigarette in the morning.
I'm glad you quit that, Daddy. Those were awful.
Yeah, but I sure enjoyed them.
Enjoyed what?
Daddy's talking about his old cigarettes.
Ugh. Oh, I'm glad I didn't have to put up with that this morning. I got a bad enough headache without the smoke.
Did you take an aspirin?
Yes, I did, but they're not strong enough to do anything.
That's not much of a breakfast.
I can't face anymore. I am sore. I'm gonna die today.
I think you guys died last night. 28-0.
I don't need reminders, twerp.
Tough game. Pretty sore this morning?
Yeah? Those guys were big.
Yeah, I bet they're on steroids or something.
Some were, for sure. Their team's got a rep for steroids.
Any of your guys use steroids?
I'm not sure. One or two maybe. I don't know.
I think it's disgusting using drugs like that. Those West guys look like a herd of cattle.
Are you feeling okay, honey?
No, not really. Those aspirins didn't do a thing for me.
You want me to get your prescription?
Family celebrations, warm, wonderful times, special occasions with special rules. This next scene is a wedding day. The pastor has given a blessing and departed. The reception is underway. We won't bore you with all of the speeches and toasts, But you'll see another kind of family communication, especially between generations.
Mary's wonderful.
Hey, look at Uncle Alex.
I'd rather not, thank you.
I can do that.
That would not be funny.
Old Alex has never danced better. Hey, Alex, have another drink. I'll bring you one. Excuse me.
You kids having a good time?
Yeah.
Hey, watch it. The punch bowl's over there.
Mom. But it's a wedding.
That's right. It's not your 21st birthday. You've got a few years to go.
Alex is still dancing. What am I gonna do with this?
I'll take it.
Okay, thanks. Here you go.
To the bride and groom.
The bride and groom.
To the bride and groom.
Is this real champagne?
No, it's just pretend champagne.
Can I have some real champagne?
Oh, you're not old enough yet. The real champagne is for the grown-ups.
Well, Danny's not a grown-up, and he had real champagne.
Well, never you mind about Danny. You're too young, and that's that.
Let's drink another toast.
Toast?
To the wedding dance. I'll drink to that.
I'm dancing. I'm gonna be the bride.
I'll be the father of the bride. Dance. Drink up.
Family rules are clear in inverse proportion to their importance. Think about it. In most families, kids have a better idea of the rules about gum chewing and grammar than they do about sex, alcohol, or other drugs. We all try to play by the rules, but we don't always agree on what the rules are, especially if we never talk about them. In this next scene, Pete insists that a rule has been violated. Do you think Danny clearly understands the rule? Do you believe he was playing by the rules?
I don't know what to do about you, Danny. I mean, do you think I don't know what's going on?
What?
You were at that beer party in the park last night, weren't you? Weren't you?
Well, sort of. Yeah, but...
Danny, you're always asking me to trust you. How can I? Didn't I tell you to stay away from those things? I gave you my car. You go out drinking with your buddies.
But I wasn't.
Please, don't make it any worse. Mr. Danforth saw you there when he picked up Jerry. He called me this morning.
Well, yeah, I was there. But I wasn't drinking.
You expect me to believe that?
It's the truth. Ask anybody.
Well, you were there. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that's enough.
I thought I'd be okay as long as I didn't drink.
I told you not to go. You went. Those are the facts, right?
I thought you meant because of the drinking.
Let me repeat. I told you not to go to keg parties. You went. You were seen there.
I was only there for a few minutes. I was just trying to find Vicky. She wasn't there, so I left right away. Honest.
Makes no difference. That's all there is to it. You're grounded for the month. No car and no dates.
That's not fair. I wasn't drinking.
Well, that's too bad. A rule is a rule.
A rule is a rule. Only when everyone understands and agrees to it. To come up with a rule that works, Danny and his father will have to talk and listen to each other. Will that solve all problems? Yet. The road to open family talk can take some unexpected turns. As you'll see in this final scene, if the family can't always find the perfect answers, at least they're beginning to ask the right questions.
Isn't that a little harsh, Pete? I mean, if he wasn't drinking.
But he did go there. I don't know. Maybe you're right. It's just that if I back down on one rule, what about all the rest?
What about what? Where are all these rules written? I've sure never seen them.
Oh, you know, things we tell the kids.
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't always know what we tell the kids from one day to the next. I don't know. Maybe we're not always clear about rules, even with each other. I mean, like when Danny was drinking at Mary Beth's wedding. Now, that was a mix-up for sure. I mean, have we ever just sat down with the kids and agreed on any rules?
I guess not. Maybe we should.
Yeah.
How about right now?
Well, first, you better go up and get on speaking terms with number one son.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I come in?
sure.
This isn't. Look. I came to apologize. I'm sorry I came down on you like that.
It's okay.
You see, I got so wrapped up in my rule about keg parties that I forgot the reason for the rule. That's to protect you. That's why we make rules in this family. Keep all of us safe and well. But I should have given you a chance to explain.
Dad, it's okay.
No, it's not okay. I should have listened to you.
Dad, listen to me now, please. I lied.
What?
I lied to you. I was drinking at the keg party. And not much. Just a beer with the guys. I was real careful about that. But I know I broke the rules. That's why I was scared when you found out. So I tried to, cover it up.
So why are you telling me now?
I don't know. Because I feel bad about lying to you. And because you said you were sorry.
Hey, it's okay, son. It helps that you leveled with me, Danny. You did break a rule and the law. We're gonna have to deal with that. Hey, maybe it's time we all sit down and talk about this. Yeah?
Sarah, honey, will you bring a notebook and a pen?
Got it, Mom.
Okay. We've had a little confusion around here the past few days about house rules on drinking. So we want to talk about them tonight. Does anyone have anything to say?
I know. When will I be old enough to drink coffee?
You idiot. He means alcohol.
Well, maybe Ben's right. Caffeine is a drug, just like alcohol, even cocaine. Maybe we should talk about all drugs. What kind of rules can we make?
Never, never, ever use drugs.
That's a nice thought, Ben, but, well, what about cold medicine?
And what about your favorite pop? It's loaded with caffeine.
How about weddings and stuff like that? Hey, everybody drinks at weddings. I mean, adults do anyway.
Look, you kids are trying to grow up, become more independent. We want that to happen, believe me. But at the same time, your mom and I have an obligation to protect you. That's why we sometimes have these conflicts. Obviously, we just can't ban everything, but we need to make some clear rules about alcohol and other drugs. Rules that are fair to everyone. Okay? So, where do you want to start?
Danny, those parties that all your buddies go to, how can we let you go to them if we know that there might be drinking going on there?
You and Dad go to parties where there's drinking, and you're okay with that.
Yeah, true, but our friends can drink legally and yours can't.
I know, but say one of your friends is drinking too much and gets in an accident, do you get arrested?
No.
Okay, so is it fair to ground me just because kids are drinking and smoking around me? How can I go anywhere?
Good question. Hard to answer. The important questions are difficult. The rules your family makes may be different from theirs. And the rules that make sense today may not work for you tomorrow or next year. Whether you talk about alcohol or other drugs, about dating and sex, about faith and morality, family rules have to change and grow just as people change and grow. Rarely are there perfect answers, but there can be clear understandings, and there must be fairness and compromise. Now that you have finished this video, try sitting down with everyone in your family. Use your workbook to help open up your own talk about alcohol and other drugs. Parents and kids, talk about your feelings, your experiences, your concerns. And listen, really listen to each other. Seek the common ground, things you can all agree on. On that common ground, you can build clear, fair family rules about the host of problems that adults and kids face in the real world.